Yeah, you're on.
And are you going to edit this? Do you want me to talk to you or the camera? To you, it's probably better.
Anyone, like.
Hello, my name's Jamie McFarlane. I'm from the UK, but I've spent the last 6 years living in Asia, so I was living in Myanmar, and then in Washington, DC. And so I think somewhat unusually for business school, I've got a politics and communications background. So I've actually been working on election campaigns, going to different countries around the world and working with leaders and opposition candidates to run their campaigns. But I felt that as someone interested in politics, I wanted to have a business understanding that I think many politicians don't have. And so that encouraged me to apply to business school. I certainly don't have a kind of mathematic background from what I've done, so I actually took the GRE as opposed to the GMAT, but certainly studying for the GRE took a lot of work, a lot of kind of reminders about what compound interest is and 30, 60, 90 triangles. So I certainly think that for people from my kind of background of comms, you need to invest some time in brushing up your math skills.
Mm-hmm. What about the financial aid and all that? I mean, did you have any help with the
So actually, I'm actually not an international student, so I'm an American. My mum's American, but I grew up in the UK.
Okay.
So I'm an American. I'm not. I don't qualify as an international student.
Okay.
But yes, of course, there's debt you can take. I think there are forms of scholarships you can have as well.
What's the culture here like? Is it quite different from the UK?
So this is only week one, so I'm not the best person to talk about the culture. I think there is a sense in Stanford of optimism. I think that sometimes in Europe we can be a bit pessimistic, and when you see someone over there who's got an idea or starting something, we can be a bit guilty of saying, oh, you can't do this because of that. I think you can tell from the culture of this place that there's a huge sense of anything is possible. I mean, if you look around the campus, there are quotes from people like Phil Knight and other successful business people, world leaders, people of all sorts, and the resounding message is if you can dream it, you can do it. And I think for me, coming from a background that doesn't always, from a country that doesn't always express ourselves in that kind of heart, pumping rhetoric, I think it's good, and it certainly makes you, it inspires you, and it makes you think about what you want to do and how much might be possible if you, if you dream it.
Oh, okay. Do you have any sermons for people?
Have any
sermons like
sermons?
Yeah. Like,
what does that mean?
Any kind of advices for people here?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the numbers of how many people apply, how many people get in, it can seem daunting. And I was certainly scared when I saw those numbers, and I thought, okay, a guy like me, I'm not very good at maths, I'm going to be against all these people from investment banks and consultancies, it's not for me. But I think what's very clear about it, and I think meeting people on the admissions committee, they're really interested in diverse people coming from different industries, different countries, different points of view. And I think that for anyone out there who's thinking, I don't know whether I can get in, absolutely give it a shot. And just give an application that tells GSB who you are and why you want to come. And if I think about the people in my class, there's someone that's a professional NASCAR driver, there's professional tennis players, professional rugby players, a few people like me coming from politics. So I think that don't be daunted and don't not do it. And know that I think probably, one of the most important things for the admissions committee is to look at a room. So we classes this week have been in 70 people, be able to look in a room and say, okay, that person's bringing a perspective from that part of the world, that person's bringing it from that industry, and that kind of cross-pollination and clash and combination of ideas is, I think, what this place is all about.
Right, well, thank you so much.
Sure, my pleasure.